Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. Apologies for my absence yesterday. We had to go on quite a long road trip yesterday, which became a much longer road trip because of localized flooding, and we kept having to go on detours. So by the time I got home, I was very tired and just didn't have anything left in the tank for tarot. So that's what was happening to me yesterday. We've been having strange weather here, and I know there have been some awful storms in the US, tornado in Mississippi, and weird weather all over the place. So if any of you are caught up in that or know people who are caught up, sending you lots of love. But anyway, back to the tarot, back to the royal reading, royal adjacent reading today, because we're looking at Thomas Markle today and his mysterious sighting at LAX. A couple of days ago, he was in a wheelchair. Thomas Markle Jr. was with him. He was being escorted through the airport by sort of airport assistant. And we want to know where he was going, what was going on. Because, of course, he was papped, or they were papped by Backgrid. And Backgrid is, of course, seemingly an agency that you phone and you arrange to meet, so to speak. We know Meghan uses them an awful lot, and so we want to know what's going on. A lot of speculation. It would of course help if we knew what terminal he was going through, if he was coming or going, any of that useful stuff. But no, just a mystery sighting. It was first picked up by Australian press, and then it has been picked up subsequently in the UK, but very low key. And people speculating he might be going to see Samantha for those depositions that he's got to make for her court case. Others saying that there is a reconciliation afoot with Meghan Markle. I'm going to be looking at that next in the next reading. And there is a random thought that he could, of course, be going to the UK. He has an open invitation to go and visit Dan Whitten. He was going to stay with Lady C last year. Do you remember that? But anyway, we want to know how he is. I'm using just a regular Rider-Waite for this reading. If you want to know how he's doing physically, mentally, interesting card that's hovering here. The Strength card, we know who that is. You want to know who he's going to see. Is he going to see Samantha? Is he going to see Meghan? Ooh, the money card flies out. The apology card flies out. Ooh, the Death card too. In reverse though. And we want to know who called the pap grid. Who called the paps? Who called that grid? Was it the Markles? Was it Meghan? What is going on? A lot of people are very suspicious of this whole Markle story, think that they're all in on it. I have looked at this in the past. Anyway, we'll see what these cards throw up. I think there's another one that's the wrong way. No, we'll see what these cards throw up. I'm doing a very specific reading with very specific questions. I'll talk you through it. And that's the Dad card. Just saying, as we go through the reading, just remember, of course, it's just tarot. It's just for fun. It's just for entertainment. It's just opinion. It's just speculation. We're reading on archetypal energy because we are dealing with the royals, archetypal family, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So I will explain the cards as we go through them, and a bit of an odd looking spread, but you know, we hopefully get the good answers when we ask very specific questions, no matter what the spread looks like. And just checking myself. Yeah. And I need an outcome card. There it is. Outcome card. I write the questions down. Think about them. Write them down. And that's how we roll here. And hopefully universe knows more about it than I do. We've got the Hanged Man in reverse coming out here. Somebody on the move after they have been tied up for a long time. That's what the Hanged Man in reverse is. And very interesting card, because it's also the card of sacrifice, being a victim, being powerless, being blamed. When it's in reverse, you decide you're going to stop sacrificing yourself, and you're not going to take it anymore. Very interesting. We'll see how that plays into the other cards, but definitely somebody who's now acting again. He, of course, has been very ill, had that stroke, and has been very ill. Thomas Markle has been looking after him. Got his hands full. He's got a sister who's not well, father who's not well, and there is talk, of course, that the Markles are making a documentary as well, all speculation. We don't know for sure anything at all. But let's look at the situation. That's our underlying energy, the Hanged Man in reverse. This situation, the actual situation, what is going on? What does universe want to tell us? Well, that is, I saw this card coming out when I was shuffling. The Ace of Pentacles, a big money card, a fresh new start about money, but it's in reverse. So we are not getting a big payday here. Whoever thinks that this is about a big payday, no, it's not. Whoever thinks that there might be a reconciliation, doesn't look like it from that card, but we'll see. It's not having a new start, a breakthrough financially, not finding your footing again financially, setting off on a more abundant and fruitful path, not at all when the card is in reverse. I was going to say about Thomas Jr. that obviously times are tough financially, just from what you see of him on YouTube and what they talk about. But that doesn't bode well financially. It could, of course, because we read shadow energy here on these royal readings, it could, of course, mean something behind closed doors, a deal going on like that. It's not the first thought that came to mind, and I go pure intuition here when the energy is running. So I think that's a lesser energy, but that's the situation. So how is Thomas Markle Sr.? This column here. First of all, I want to know his physical health. How is he doing physically? Well, there he is. The water sign man, he's a Cancerian. There's the King of Cups. That's a very positive card because it's upright. So it looks like he's in better shape than he was. It's a king energy. It's a mature energy. It's mastery energy. And so I'm quite reassured to see that card, because whatever is going on, you don't want somebody to be in frail physical health, especially not when they're dealing with the situation that he is dealing with. If we take it at face value, the situation that is going on, and I am inclined to take it as at face value until the cards tell me otherwise. So, how's he doing emotionally? What's his mood? What's his state of mind? Physically, he looks like he's doing quite well. Very sad card, Five of Cups in reverse. A lot of sorrow, a lot of grieving in that card. He's trying to get over it with the Five of Cups being in reverse. So he's trying to heal, he's trying to move on, he's trying to recover from it. I'm inclined to read that card just straightforward that way, the reversal, rather than saying he's in a state of woe he can never recover from. I don't think so, and the reason I don't think so is because I've got the King of Cups upright sitting above it. So I'm checking him, I'm checking his energy, and I'm getting good vibes from him physically right now. And emotionally, his mood, his frame of mind is, I need to get over it, which we have the Hanged Man in reverse. That would corroborate that interpretation of the Five of Cups, that he wants to move on, he wants to feel better, he wants to get over this. However, he's going to get over it, and we're going to find out. This column, where's he going? Of course, he could be going to a doctor, he could be going to a lawyer, he could be doing anything. But I'm looking at the theories that are out there. There's three main ones. And the first one, off to see Samantha because of the court case, to support her. We're getting an Ace of Cups in reverse. That is somebody who's very upset. So it could be going to support her in difficulty, going to help her, going to give her counsel, going to give her moral support, actually physically going to see her after a long time, possibly, of not seeing her. I can read that in that card. I can. I can also, because it's an ace in reverse, say no, he's not going to see her. But because it's an upset somebody, yes, there's possibility. We're looking at potentials here. The next one is the card that popped out in the shuffle as well, the Strengths card. Is he going to see Meghan, who lives just up the road? literally. Is he going to see Meghan? And we get the Hermit card in reverse. That's an interesting card because the Hermit is disappearing to have a think and be on your own. And it is coming out of seclusion, out of isolation. That's one reading of that card. So possibly it's also sort of advisors and therapists and people like that there might be some of that, a meeting. It could be. Also, it's a Harry card, the Hermit. Very obviously, it's the Harry card. But it's the Harry card in reverse. And that might be that Harry isn't around. Harry isn't privy to what's going on, or he doesn't want to see Harry. So it's possible. It's possible as well. I'm not getting a hell yes. If I got this, then I would say, oh, absolutely, he's going to see her. That's a yes. It's more of a no. Is he going abroad? Is he going somewhere abroad, for instance, the UK? That's quite a funny card because the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm sure some of you are going to say in the comments, yes, me too, Lady C. How weird is that? It's the first upright card that I've got in this column with a very positive energy. And I'm getting a very strange feeling, a very weird energy that's going through me at the moment because part of me wants to laugh and part of me is feeling very upset, almost a half giggle and then a half want to cry when I look at that card. Very strange, very strange. It's possible that there might be a hush-hush trip to Lady C. They are, of course, allegedly doing that documentary. Money is tight situation, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Lady C has been going on and on about revelations, things going on. Interestingly, of all of the cards in this column, as I said already, that is the one with the positive energy, that yellow color, the independent woman, the woman who lives in the castle, the woman who wears very elaborate clothes. She's always dressed in a very interesting way, very stylish way, very dramatic kind of way, as suits a Leo, and got a very self-sufficient, very financially a successful woman. My goodness. So let's see who called the Paps. Was it the Markles or someone around them? Did they call the Paps? A Page of Cups in reverse doesn't look like it. That's more of a no. It's a communication card, but it's in reverse. So again, if they did, it's secret. Well, obviously it's secret, but I don't think so. I think there's some upset with that card. Upset at seeing the Paps. Thomas Markle didn't exactly look thrilled to be photographed, senior. Whereas the daughter, Meghan, when she's papped out and about by Backgrid, can't stop that grin. Absolutely glee whenever she is papped. So I don't think so. I don't think so. We're getting a lot of cup cards in reverse here in this reading. How about Meghan? If he's allegedly going to see Meghan, how about Meghan? We've got the Death card. Again, I don't think so. Death is change and endings. If it is her, it's a big card. It's a major arcana. If her, then she's sending a message to the royal family of, I'm going to triumph over you. I'm going to stage this reconciliation with my dad, because you know, it's coronation and you haven't invited me and you won't let me wear a tiara or be on the balcony, and you're not going to stop the coronation so that Archie can have his birthday party in Westminster Abbey while all those dignitaries are there. So it's a big FU to the royal family if it's her. But death means endings. So, and we've got the Hermit in reverse and the Death card in the Meghan column. That doesn't tell me reconciliation is underway and it's all lovely. We're going to check in the next reading. I'm taking the temperature here. I'm testing theories. That's what's going on here. The next reading, we're going to look at Meghan and her father from Meghan's point of view and what's going on. So a vague reading, because I need to find out as much as I can from this vague reading before I go into that reading. So that's what's going on here today. And so what is the purpose of them being papped? I mean, maybe it was just a random background photographer who was there. What is the purpose of them being papped? The message that's coming out of anything. And we've got Moon in reverse. Moon in reverse is secrets coming out, stuff that you fear, exposure that you might fear, things being made clear. So it could be a signal from them. We've got a message here. We've got more of a message here than we have here. I'm talking about who called them. I'm saying, no, to me it doesn't look like it, but then it could be a message of we're upset. And so we're calling the paps. Things are going to come out. And so we're calling the paps. That is possible. In this range of possibilities, of potentials, that is a possible interpretation of these cards. Almost a threat, because the moon does have quite a threatening energy sometimes, because it's your worst fears. What you don't want to happen is now happening, and the person that they could be threatening, or they could be, this is pure speculation, I have to add. Please remember the disclaimer in the box below. I'm not accusing them of anything. I'm trying to make a narrative out of these cards. Which of these story threads makes sense? They could be sending some kind of message to her. You've hurt and upset, and so we're sending you a message now that things that have been in the shadows that we know about are going to emerge. Let us see the outcome. What are we going to hear? What is going to be revealed to us? As the moon, when it's in reverse, starts to reveal things. Moon in reverse basically means sunlight starts to come out and you start to understand things. What are we going to understand as a result of this? Well, that is not a reconciliation card. The Temperance card in reverse. That doesn't tell me reconciliation, not at all. A 1% interpretation of Temperance in reverse is in the future. Possibly it's energy that is stalled for now but might come manifest at a later stage. But that's a very, very tenuous interpretation of that card. You can read reversals as delayed energy, delayed manifestation, but not here. Not with all this other stuff going on. Not with the person who has been victimized, our Hanged Man, who's now out and about, who's had his awakening. Let's remember what the Hanged Man is about. It's about someone who's in limbo, having a think and getting enlightened. That's what the light around the head is about. Our Hanged Man is now moving forward, enlightened, having had that moment of awareness, that epiphany, of clarity about the daughter. He's trying to recover. He's feeling better. The money needed. Feeling better. Is he going to see Samantha? She's upset. Maybe he's going to see Meghan. That is coming out of isolation, but don't want to see Harry. Maybe Harry not around, going overseas. I had thought Dan Whitten, but if there is a Lady C possibility there. Possible. Who called the Paps? Markles? Maybe because they're upset and they're sending a message. Was that moon in reverse? Is it Meghan? Well, Meghan's an ending. The message would be going to the royal family, the finger showing to the royal family. It's possible, but the purpose of him being papped is a kind of a warning. As the rain starts to come tumbling down, it is kind of a warning. stuff we know, secrets we know might be coming out. That tells me possibly this documentary might, there might be more substance to this documentary than we might have expected. What is the outcome of this that we will finally know about? Temperance card in reverse. That is upset. That is a lack of harmony between people. That is not healing, not restoring relationships, not reconciling. That is that angel in reverse is the devil. So a toxic situation rather than a healed situation. Wow. Okay, so we have a possible explanation. I'm going to move on now to the next reading to have a look at it from Meghan's point of view, her opinion, her feelings towards her father currently, and that might shed some more light on this reading. So I thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you over there.